In 2013, Mirsad Kandiq began working with the Islamic State, helping to advance its campaign of global jihad. Over the next 4 years, he fought in at least one battle and operated from safe houses in Syria, Turkey and Bosnia, federal prosecutors said, spreading propaganda and controlling a network of pro-ISIS Twitter accounts. He was also said to have funneled money, weapons, equipment and false identifications to the group's fighters. And, prosecutors said, he played a role in recruiting or trafficking many of those fighters, including an Australian teenager named Jake Biladi who eventually died as a suicide bomber in Iraq. Last year a jury in Brooklyn found Mr. Kandiq, who had lived there and in the Bronx before traveling overseas, guilty of conspiracy and of providing material support to ISIS. On Friday, he was sentenced to life in prison by Judge Nicholas G. Garovis of the Federal District Court in Brooklyn. A prosecutor, J. Matthew Haggans, told Judge Garovis before the sentencing that Mr. Kandiq had zealously embraced the Islamic State's deadly theology, which had affected millions of people. He was a merchant of death and destruction, Mr. Haggans said. He was a global terrorist for a global terror organization at its zenith. A defense lawyer, David Stern, asked for leniency, urging the judge to send a message that, "We have a shred of mercy for every human being and we believe in change." Just before being sentenced, Mr. Kandiq spoke, telling the judge he was not a violent person and had not harmed anyone but adding, "I do seek forgiveness." Moments later, Judge Garovis described Mr. Kandiq's behavior as extreme and unfathomable, saying he had turned beliefs into hatred and murder on a grand scale. Jake Biladi did not deserve to die, Judge Garovis said. And he did not deserve to kill anyone. Mr. Kandiq, a citizen of Kosovo and a legal permanent resident of the United States, was one of thousands of radicalized figures from dozens of countries who traveled to the Middle East to join the Islamic State, a brutal group known for forcing women into sexual slavery and for drowning, burning and beheading prisoners. Although he was placed on a no-fly list and prevented twice from boarding flights to Europe, Mr. Kandiq was able to leave the United States for Istanbul in 2013, taking a complicated route that included stops in Texas, Mexico, Panama, Brazil, Portugal and Germany.